Hi everyone, Paul here to show you a technique to help you out in an isolation age. It's called the compass theory, okay? And we use it even just before the actual isolation laws came in. We used to always use it to teach students how to take better photos, all right? It's an age-old policy. It works because it teaches you on many levels on how to approach your subjects. You'll learn better camera position, you'll learn better lighting, you'll actually learn how to correct some mistakes even in time of shooting because you'll actually look at your subject a little bit more. You'll study it from all angles, okay? So what the compass theory is all about, we're going to shoot our object from all the different sides of the compass. We're not going to move our object. We're just going to leave our object where we would, originally take our photograph. But what we're going to do then, once we've taken that angle, we're going to go to a reverse angle, then we go to the either side. We're going to take a top view, a bird's eye view, and we're going to take a bottom view, which is a worm's eye view, of course. So in doing the theory, I'm just going to have my camera. I'm just going to use aperture priority here, set it to 5.6. I'm going to have all the same mandatory settings you would have, of course. And what I'm going to do, first up, I'm going to take a photo from this angle. Then I'm going to take a photo from this angle. Then an angle here and an angle here. Then I'll take a top view and I'll also take that worm view from below. I'll do that in sequence there, and I'll show you that in the examples, all right? What I want you to first study, though, about when I'm doing that, let me recap on compass theory. That first angle, we'll call that north. We'll call this other one, from reverse here, we'll call that south. East, west, top, and bottom, all right? So there's 6 shots that are going to be taken from all the directions there on the compass. And each time, I'm not going to move my subject. I'm going to leave it in the one spot, but I'm going to encounter different things by changing angle, all right? I'll end up with different backgrounds and different lighting situations, which is valuable to you in the isolation age. By not moving the subject here and getting all these different angles, I'm getting all these different views, so it gives me variety of my subject straight away. So I get all these different views of the actual subject, and also my images keep changing. All right, here I go. We're going to start taking those images. Okay, so I've just done all my points of the compass and my top shot and my bottom shot, okay? So I've done all the series, and now I'm going to go through and look through those images for you. Okay, the first image, as you can see, I've got quite a backlight situation. The subject, you can see there in the foreground, looks okay. The image looks all right. I mean, it's got an interesting background being brighter than the subject. The backlight is actually creating some sort of blowout in the highlights there. It's an interesting enough photo. So I'm happy with that one, but at the end here I'm going to show you how I might be able to improve some of these photos as well. The next in the sequence is, I've now got the back of the head, and I'm shooting down the hallway of the house here, and you can see straight away, look, it's a funny sort of angle for the subject, but you at least can see the subject there has now got front lighting, not back lighting. By me turning around to face and shoot from the south side now, because the previous image was the north side. On the south side here, I get front lighting and I can see down the hallway there. Again, I've got another image there to show you how you possibly can improve that image, but I'll show you that at the end. Okay, the next one. I'm coming from let's say it's the west, because east or west doesn't really matter. But I'm coming from that side now, and you can see my background actually is a little bit shorter and closer than it was in the previous image. So it gives a different look to the image straight away, because the background is closer and has a closer relationship to the subject. It's an okay photo. It's clean enough. You're sort of getting side lighting now as opposed to front from me coming around to the side. And when I've been doing that, I'm happy with that image, but again, I think I can improve that in another shot. Now I go to the other side, and I've got a little bit of a lower angle on this one. I'm still to the side, but I've got a little bit lower angle just to actually get a difference between the one previous. You can see there that again looks fine. The lighting now sort of got a side light. The face is sort of on the shadow side. The other side is in the highlight side. The image looks okay again. Again, I'll show you another version at the end to compare. All right, now I've done my top view. My top view makes him really much Mr. Egghead here. Got a bit of distortion going on. The light's kind of nice, the way it goes from a bright down to a graduated into the shadow. It's a pretty interesting image. I'm pretty happy with that image. I don't think I'll reshoot that one. I think actually as that stands, I think that's pretty acceptable. I think I'll really go with that one already. Next one in the sequence, the bottom, the actual worm view. And I'm looking up the bottom of the chin there. In that one, I've included some of the house lights. You can see that bit of a spot there in the house light on the roof and the ceiling. It's an alright image too. I'm pretty happy with that. It's weird enough. I think I kind of like the dynamics. Got a little bit of a tilt on the subject there. I haven't really photographed them completely straight. So I've got a little bit of a tilt, and I kind of did that just to get a little more dynamics into the image. I'm pretty happy with that image as well. All right, I'm going back to the start now. You'll have a look now at my new version of the first image. You can see in comparison there, the two images. You can see there I've actually got a little more dynamic with my angle. It's the same 50mm lens for all of the shots, but how I've actually positioned my camera, my point of view, my camera angle, changes how these look. So with this one, as opposed to the first one, you can see I've got a little lower, I've created a little more tilt on the camera. I haven't actually used it so vertical. I've actually got a little bit of a tilt on my camera and shot from a lower angle to make this just a little more visually dynamic. I'm pretty pleased with the results on that one too, so I think I'd go probably for that one more than the first one. Now the reason I've done this is to show you guys that don't always have your camera dead straight. Especially when I'm photographing a subject like this one, I can actually tilt my camera and get more dynamics in the image. So I suggest you try that as well. This is if you've got limited backgrounds and limited areas to work. Try a bit of tilt on your camera and see if you can get more dynamics by doing so. The background's out of focus deliberately because I'd much rather the attention is on the subject. I think it all works really well. Look at that in your shots as well, how you can actually use the highlight like I have done there, and then the out of focus to really sort of blow the background out and then put more emphasis on the foreground, the subject, because it's in focus. All right, my next one in the sequence was the back of the head one. You can see there that it's become a little more sort of, I don't know, what would I say? It's probably become a little more graphic. I've moved away a little. I'm now working more on the reflection in the image than anything else. I think it sort of works. I think it's kind of a good looking image. I hope you get something out of that then rather than the first one. Also in that one, I think what have I done? I've turned the lights on. Basically, that's the biggest thing too. I've turned the lights on in the hallway. And from that there you can see it's got a bit more sort of dynamic straight away just because of the fact that there's more light in the image, okay? The subject then has got a little more sort of, it's a little more appealing even for the fact that there's more depth to the image because they're not looking so muggy, so sort of thick in the lighting, as the lighting's got a little more life in it. So I think along with the actual new camera angle and the lighting, I think that image has improved a lot. The next image in the sequence being the side with the painting in the background there, and I've really worked the reflection this time. I've tried to make very much just a graphic image. I've moved away a little bit. I've actually then tried to concentrate more on the foreground of the image there where I've got the reflection in the tabletop here. We're looking for something to be a little bit more sort of, as I said, graphic. I think that kind of works as well. I think I prefer it over my first attempt. Again, I've got a little more tilt on the camera in that one as well. The other side shooting from the east. Basically this time, I've come in closer. With that image, it was sort of limited what I could do, but I thought, I'll just come in tighter on that image so you can get a sense then too of I can make something. Again, I've tilted the camera, it's not so straight as well. But even by tilting there, with the blurring in the background, you really can't tell the camera's got a big tilt on it, and I've come in closer to make it a little more interesting. As I said, the top view, I'm pretty happy with that, and the bottom view, those two are already pretty interesting straight away, so I don't think I need to redo those. So look at those comparisons. I'd like you to take that on as well. Take your shot, but then see how you can make it a little more exciting by tilting your camera or turning lights on particularly. No need to work in the dark. Get your images looking as exciting as you can. All right. Hope this has been some help for you in the isolation times. All right. If you've got to shoot around the house, start thinking outside the box. Start trying to solve the problem as much as you can. Look at the lighting. Look at the time of day, the direction of the light. Try this particularly, see if it works for you. Thanks for your time. Cheers.